your offer is probably better than your marketing makes it look. And a lot of business owners don't have a bad product. They don't have a bad service. They don't have a bad transformation. They simply have a bad packaging problem. So the offer is really good, but the way it's presented doesn't make people feel the value. And people don't feel the value, they simply don't buy. So in this episode, I want to break down a real coaching conversation where we looked at a transformational coaching offer that was really powerful and got clients results, but was massively underpositioned. And it wasn't delivery, it was how the offer was framed, priced, packaged, and proven to the audience. So a little recap, I'm Paul Meldrum. I started in fitness and within 2 years, I had won National Trainer Year back to back. I built Australia's first semi-private training studio and the first 7-figure training studio. And I moved into marketing consultancy and business coaching and scaled my own marketing consulting agency to over 7 figures in under 12 months. And the biggest lesson I learned is this is probably the biggest, is when you improve the offer, everything downstream gets easier. Ads get easier, content gets easier, sales get easier, landing pages convert better, follow-up becomes easier, and the client feels the value faster, which is, great. So in this call, the business already had really good transformations, they had really good feedback, really good coaching, they were really good at what they did, and the product the clients loved, but the offer sucked, for lack of a better term. So by the end of this episode, I promise you'll understand why a strong offer is not just what you deliver, it's how you package the result, it's how you anchor value, it's how you create belief, and how you make it obvious that this is the next step worth taking. And you'll also understand that pricing is often not a self-worth problem, which is something that a lot of people say, and it's generally usually a proof problem. And I've seen this happen time and time again. I've done it, is that great practitioners undersell what they do. You know you can help, you know the work you do is really valuable, you know clients are getting emotional breakthroughs, they're getting behavior change, a deeper connection, more clarity, better self-regulation, all that type of stuff. But when it comes to package it, you suck, okay? I think if raise the price, people are not gonna buy it. I wanna help everyone. I don't wanna exclude anyone. I don't wanna be salesy. I know what's worth more. I don't know how to explain it. And they stay underpriced, they over-deliver, and you burn the hell out. You rely on organic, you run free sessions, people don't show up, and you get beautiful feedback, but that doesn't get converted into proof, and you wonder why something that's so freaking amazing is not actually scaling. And probably, if any coach has been in this situation hearing this, they're probably going, yes, 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 yes. So that's the pain that we need to solve. So the product is powerful and the positioning is not, and that's a very, very big key to differentiate. So the whole conversion chain we need to go over. So number one, what we're going to go through is we're going to map out the whole conversion chain. We're going to repackage the offer around the value that it provides, and we're going to use proof to support the price, and also create a flywheel to get the next customer, which is pretty exciting. So let's dive in. The first thing we looked at was the full pathway from attention to sale. For any service business, it's basically really simple. You go through offer, you go through attention, you go through lead capture, follow-up, and sales conversation. It's all linked. And one link's wrong, the whole system breaks down. Most people generally fix the wrong one. They think they need more content, better ads, or a new platform, blah, blah, blah. But generally, the offer is what's weak at the beginning because it's the first domino. Because if the offer's really good, every other part of the system gets an outsized return on investment. So it's not just what do you do, it's like, who's it for? What problem does it solve? What does the person need to believe before they buy off you? What do they need to believe to buy? What outcome are they moving towards? What makes it different from everyone else? What proof from other people do you have to support it? What's the next logical step? That's a conversion chain. And if you want your marketing to work, nailing this down makes it so much easier. So in this actual offer, we had 2 main products. One was a one-on-one life coaching package, and one was a 4-week immersion. When the one-on-one coaching was mid-ticket offer, about, we'll say between 2 and 3 grand with 6 fortnightly 90-minute calls, whereas the 4-week immersion, which had been priced at 444 but moved up closer to $1,000, after the previous participant said the value, it was worth so much more, right? The issue was not that the price increase was wrong at all. It was that the market had not been given enough proof and positioning to support the jump, because you're not selling to people who had been there. You were selling to people who don't know who the hell you are, what you do, and if it's actually valuable for it. And the 4-week immersion had a ton inside it. 5 live Zoom workshops, like per week nearly. Monday, Wednesday, Friday ritual sessions with yoga, meditation, and journaling. Had guest speakers, sharing circles. People were getting emotional release and regulation. They were connecting with people and maintaining that relationship afterwards. Okay, and the way to kind of sell this type of offer is not to sell every feature. It's like who you become after it. People don't buy the ritual. They buy feeling better. They buy belonging, support, being seen. They're not buying the emotional regulation. They buy not being hijacked by the same pattern. So the marketing was very much focused on the features, not the benefits. So the transformation explains why they should care now, and that's what we really wanted to emphasize. So what we wanted to do was use this to really nut into what the actual journey someone would overgo while going through that 4-week course. Because the testimonials I saw were great, but it wasn't being demonstrated in any of the marketing. So we needed to fix that. So the third part of solving the problem is proof, because pricing does not become easier because someone tells you, oh, you're worth more. Okay, it's probably totally not the case. Pricing becomes easier when the proof supports the promise. Okay, so the coach in question had called clients from previous cohorts and said what would they pay. Answers between roughly $900 and $1,500, pretty good, right? Really useful. Compared to $400, heaps better. So it's useful, but that private validation is not enough. The market needs to see it, because you can be told it's worth this, but the market needs to believe it's worth that to actually pay. There's a price value discrepancy. So you need to collect more public proof. Written and video testimonials, screenshots, notes, voice notes, before and after stories, specific client language, specific outcomes, specific is a hard word to say that many times in a row. Specific moments of change, because if someone says that changed my life, cool, it's really, really important. But if 10 people say it in video, it becomes very persuasive. And what I had to explain was that brand is not what we think or say it is, okay? It is what other people say about us. It's what other people say about business. So the proof of this transformational offer cannot stay in DMs, WhatsApp groups, or private conversation. It needs to become like the front end of marketing. People need to see who has done it, what changed, what they were struggling with, what shifted, what they would tell someone thinking about joining, because that will do the heavy lifting. And if proof is strong enough, price resistance drops very, very quickly, because people start to see an outside value to price discrepancy. They get more value for it than the price they pay. And if you can do that, you can sell it to them again and 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 again. So the lesson from this episode is really simple. A great offer needs to be packaged properly, okay? If the product changes lives, but your marketing does not communicate that, people will not feel the value. So they just go, I'm not gonna pay that much for that. So it's not just how do I get more leads. You wanna actually make sure that is the offer clear? Is the outcome obvious? Is the value anchored? Is the proof visible? Is the price supported? Okay, is the next step easy? Because when you fix that offer, the whole marketing becomes easier. You get the right people into your funnel to buy. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. Build, acquire, scale, the Ascend Collective podcast.